Good evening, everybody. I am going to call the meeting to order and ask everyone to stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everyone. The first part of our meeting here is citizen comments. If there's anyone that would like to step up to the podium. This first part of citizen comments is anything that's on our agenda. If it is not on our agenda and you would like to discuss something else, that you'll have a second chance at the end of our agenda, at the end of our meeting. Is there anyone that would like to address the board? Anyone? Okay, we'll move on to celebrations. Adam.
Good evening, board members. Welcome to a not quite so warm April and our only board meeting for this month. Celebrations, we have one story that was posted on the website just prior to spring break, and that was our Mu Alpha Theta chapter at the high school competed in the U of M Flint Math Field Day competition. This is and was very successful. In fact, this was the second year in a row that we've won our division in that competition. So congratulations to the students involved and Mr. Ray Herrick for facilitating that opportunity for them. Two more celebrations. First, just public acknowledgement. I want to thank in particular a couple folks for their work during the storms that we had last week. In particular, James Doyen, our Director of Technology, and Brandon Weingartz and our custodial and maintenance teams. They did an exceptional job kind of rallying around the next day. Fortunately, unlike some other schools in the area, we were spared from any significant damage, but we did have a lot of downed trees. We lost a sign and had some things blown around at some of the athletic fields. So on the whole, could have been a lot worse, but they did a great job. And then into that following day where we didn't have school, I know the power came back on in the buildings roughly around 9 p.m., 8:30ish. But that doesn't mean we're going to be able to open the next day, just the power coming on. There's all the different things within the school that need to be set up. So the security systems, door locks, internet, Wi-Fi, all those things need to be reset and turned back on. And so they were here very late that evening, making sure that everything in the school was up and all our schools were up and running. I know Brandon went around personally to each building and checked everything himself, doing a walk around that night. And so I just want to thank them and their teams for all the work to get us back in the school, which is good because we are out of forgiven/snow days at this point. And then lastly, on our YouTube page, we had one of our lead preschool teachers, Rebecca Grabowski, participate in a video for the ISD's Pre-K Takeover Day. We put the section of that video that she did up on the website. It's under YouTube Shorts. I don't know if that happened intentionally because I don't even know what that is. But when I uploaded the video, that's where it went. So her part is posted to our YouTube page under the Shorts section. It's the only video in that section. She did a great job explaining how she structures choice time in her classroom and the foundational educational reasons for why she sets it up the way she does. So it's a really nice segment, and please take a moment to check it out if you get a chance to. Those are celebrations this evening. Pending any questions?
Any questions for Adam? All right. We do not have an education update. Superintendent's report.
All right, as far as upcoming meetings, on the 5th of May would be a regular board meeting. And at that time, the board will hear the handbook and education updates from Discovery and Explore Elementary Schools. And then moving on to the 19th of May, at that time, the board will hear the handbook and education updates from the Williamston Middle School. We're also anticipating on that second May meeting that the softball field bids will be presented to the board, always subject to change, as there's a lot of things going on that could impact that, but that is the tentative schedule to get those bids in front of the board for approval. There have been 2 committee meetings scheduled, one for the 14th, that's policy, and then one for the 27th of May, and that would be finance and facilities. Quick point on our HRA grant. We found out last week unexpectedly that that was canceled effective the 24th of March, and that we have till the 10th of April to submit costs through the 24th of March for reimbursement. Sarah Tynan will take care of that piece. MDHHS did offer another funding stream that we don't know how much money that is or even what we need to do to apply for it right now, that would allow for COVID-specific activities to be reimbursed. But I think, as the board knows, the COVID piece has really subsided, and what the majority of our HRA, well, actually what all of our HRA grant was being put forward was the services of our district nurse and part of our district's nurse's assistant and all of our mental health specialist roles. So it doesn't mean those positions are going away. It simply means the funding stream that we had anticipated using to support them for the rest of this year was cut off unexpectedly as of the 24th of March. Moving over to bond updates, just a few items, some of which the board will discuss tonight. First, the middle school furniture is up for discussion this evening. We've also put the samples that the staff decided upon over there in the back of the board room. That'll come up later for discussion this evening, as well as the part of the allocation that was put towards the maintenance department. There are bids in your packet this evening for a new tractor for that department. Additionally, 2 weeks ago, we saw the first draft of the Explore Elementary School elevation drafts. That's basically getting to see what the building's going to look like. Again, a long way to go, but up until now, we've just kind of seen like the schematics of kind of what the layout will look like. Now we're actually starting to see some draft images of what the school would actually look like from multiple perspectives. Again, long way to go, and the board will see all that when it's ready for prime time. But it's good to see there's some significant progress there. A lot of planning continuing to go on regarding the aforementioned softball facility. I think 2 weeks ago or last week we saw the layout plan for the work that's going to be able to done in terms of like where everything's going to be situated, and then there's some fine tuning in terms of how they're going to access some of the sewer and water lines and electricity. So that will cause, it looks like, some disruption of our parking lots that need to trench through those to install those lines. But we'll work through all that. And like I said, more details to come here next month. And then there's continued discussion on various projects for the bond that are slated for next year. We do have a planning meeting with the team tomorrow morning, and I'll continue to keep you updated on those projects as we get more information. So that is the superintendent's report for this evening. I'm happy to address any questions the board might have.
Can you tell me again, so May 5th we're hearing Discover and Explore handbooks, and May 19th the middle school. When do we hear that? When is the high school? Did I miss that?
High school and preschool will be the first meeting in June.
Okay. Board committee reports. Sarah, ISOA.
We had our meeting March 5th. We did not have one for April due to the spring break schedule, but really well attended. This was the second one of the year because we didn't have one in January, I don't believe, or else it was February. Anyway, so it was very well attended. Brad Banasic was the legal counsel from MASB, was there to give a legislative update, talking briefly about the ISD board elections, and then going into more detail about school board committees and the Open Meetings Act, because we do have several new members on ISOA that are newly elected board members, but also newly elected to their district. So it was just a really nice overview for some, but also new information for others. and he talked about the federal administrative law. And Jason gave us a superintendent's roundtable update. Lastly, we had ISOA elections, and I'm serving as president for a third year, and Josh Rocky from Weberville is vice president, and district updates at the end. Any questions?
Congratulations, again.
Thank you.
Any questions for Sarah?
The slides are attached in your board book, as you see, that Brad handed out to everyone. Just a good overview.
Yeah, they always do a really nice job.
Yeah.
Again, for any of you that want to attend an SOA meeting, if you just let Sarah know, they are really interesting. You get to meet with other board members from the county. Sometimes, depending on what the topic is or who's speaking, they can be really interesting. We can't have more than 3 people there, but if there is ever something that you want to do, are they doing them in person and?
Yeah, they do both. They do virtual and in person.
So you could.
Mostly, I would say the majority do it virtually. It's at 8 a.m. the first Wednesday of the month. We only have one left, which is in May, and then we'll come back in August for our first meeting of the calendar year. And in the fall, we will do a tour of the Beekman Center.
Oh, Beekman.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So we toured it last year when it was just newly renovated, and we'll tour it again in the fall. So it's just a really great opportunity to, again, meet with other surrounding school board members and ask questions. And if you want a topic put on for anything, just let me know, and I can talk with Jason about getting that around. Also,
Also, the tours are really good.
Mhm.
Some of our students attend some of those programs, so it's nice to
Mhm.
see.
We did Wilson Talent Center in the fall.
Right. They usually
Mhm.
pick one and kind of
Yep.
rotate, so it's where our tax dollars go. It's where we send when we have certain kids that need to attend those type of programs. So it's great to visit to see what is going on there. Any other questions for Sarah? Okay, discussion items. Annual technology purchases. Adam.
So we had 3 memos in your packet this evening regarding proposed technology purchases for the following school year. The first one is regarding Chromebooks and the plan to, or the proposal to purchase those as part of the ongoing one-to-one initiative that the board approved for the secondary buildings a few years ago. This would enable the distribution of these new purchase devices to the incoming 6th graders, so that that entire cohort will be running off similar devices and identical age devices. Along with the Chromebooks is the cost of the licensing, which is included in the memorandum. The next memo is for the annual purchasing of desktops and laptop computers. This is part of that ongoing rotation that comes out of the technology department's annual budget every year. And then the final memo is a proposal to start using some funds from the district sinking fund to upgrade the projectors at the middle and high school, as well as order a number of new pull-down screens for rooms that they fit. James wanted me to point out that the number of screens to the number of projectors are not the same. And the reason is, for some of the rooms, the screens will not fit in terms of their size, so there's not as many screens as there are projectors. The reason for the purchasing of the screens is that the new projectors, the size that comes out won't fit on the current screens, so the proportions would be not accurate if we didn't upgrade to the appropriate size screen. This is kind of the very first part of that larger technology infrastructure and instructional technology plan that will take place over the next several years. The majority of that funding at this point is penciled in to come out of the district sinking fund, but we'll always be looking for other revenue streams as well. And this is kind of a byproduct of instructional technology and technology infrastructure not being included in the bond, but still being a need amongst many others that the district needs to address. So those are the 3 technology memos up for discussion this evening. Are there any questions that I can address?
And some of these other ones, James does a really nice job with Sarah kind of planning out like what we need every single year. So this isn't a surprise. We knew that this was coming.
I would say the only thing that's not part of your annual update on this would be the projectors and the screens.
Any questions about that? All right. If we're good, we will move that to vote on at our next meeting, May 5th, right? May 5th.
May 5th.
Yeah.
High school fire alarms. Wow.
So this came up multiple times last year as a needed area to address. We initially thought we would be able to afford covering it last summer, and then when we started to do some initial work on what the cost would be, we found out that that would not be financially feasible. So a 2-year plan to save money from the sinking fund last year and then put that money towards this year so we would have enough to cover this. The fire panel, which I think it's safe to say might be the bane of Brandon's existence, and from a maintenance operations director standpoint, is in dire need of replacement. Now, I do want to be clear, it works. So if there were to be a fire, it works. But there's a lot of malfunctions with the alarm going off. I think we've even had to postpone students coming into the building a couple mornings because the system triggered, and constantly having to bring repair technicians in to fix it. So this is something that needs to be addressed. However, it is a considerable expense, and that's why we went through a pretty in-depth bidding process. You can see the bids spanned a wide range of financial proposals. We have gone with the lowest bidder in this case. Brandon also conducted post-bid interviews and feels comfortable with the vendor. He said their references were excellent. We will continue to use Boykin as the maintenance team even after this new system is installed this summer, obviously pending your approval. Any questions on the fire panel replacement?
So are we gonna have to replace a fire panel at all of our buildings? Like, will this have to be done here at the middle school and at Explorer Discovery? Like,
well, I
is
mean,
this something
eventually,
that-
yes, eventually they will all need to be replaced. But the only one that's, I know of at this point, that's in immediate need of replacement would be the one at the high school. And it doesn't mean, again, there's also updates to the others. The sinking fund was used, I think, actually this past year to replace a lot of the sprinkler heads throughout the elementary campus. So, I mean, we'll continue to put resources to ensuring those systems are up to date and working. But the panel at the high school, just the amount of malfunctions that it has, it just can't be patched anymore. It just needs to be completely replaced. If you've gone to work out at the fitness center, chances are you've walked past the panel right by the entrance to the performance gym just going off, and it's pretty loud, and that's just the panel, let alone letting the whole system go off throughout the building. So it's well past time to replace it, but as you can see, it is a considerable expense.
Any questions for Adam about a fire alarm? Again, if you have, this is a big expense, so if you have some, make sure that you get with him before our next meeting, otherwise we'll move this to vote on in May. Classroom furniture.
So this will be I think the first of, well actually, yeah, this is the first of the bond purchases that the district itself will be coordinating for. And again, the purpose for that is to save money, especially in things that we know how to do or know how to acquire on our own. Flexible seating furniture has been something that the district's been chipping away at for almost a decade. So we have good relationships with the vendors. We've done a lot of piloting of different options over the years. And so we do feel well suited to do a lot of this research ourselves. And in fact, in many cases, we already have points of contact with the major players in the flexible seating furniture industry. So both the high school and the middle school are in the process of researching this. The middle school has completed their bid process and is ready to propose these this evening. One point I will mention specifically in your memo was that NBS did not have their bid submitted as of the publication of the board packet. They have submitted it as of today, and so you have a paper copy handout at your table with their completed bid. The recommended bid, which remains consistent, however, is with Weiser. They are, as you can see, the lowest bidder of the three options. But we've also been, there's a positive prior relationship between the middle school and some of their furniture acquisition over the years with this vendor. And even with the lower price, they feel like this is a company that they'd like to move forward with. So you can see the total amount plus listed there, plus another 20% for freight, installation, and assembly. We put samples of the items that they intend to purchase over at the back of the room. This was a multi-month process, bringing in samples of furniture from the three different vendors. Deb LaFleur, principal at the middle school, as well as Steve Delp at the high school, actually visited the steel case plant in Ann Arbor to look at the showroom there and look at examples from NBS. They brought those samples back here. Staff had a chance to try them out, get their input, and the items that you see in the back of the room will be the items that are being proposed to be purchased for the classrooms. There will be a second phase of furniture from the middle school sometime next year. They want to get this first initial part done so that hopefully, if everything goes to plan, new furniture arrives and can be assembled and installed in classrooms this summer. And then next year, when it won't be as disruptive, the second phase will address some non-classroom areas of the school that also need a furniture upgrade. So you'll probably see a second phase of this sometime next fall, winter from the school. However, today's purpose is looking at the classroom furniture. This is the proposed company and amount coming from the bond fund that the middle school recommends, and happy to take any questions that you might have.
Do the chairs stack?
Do not know if they stack. That's one of the things I would, they might, I don't know. I could find out.
Is this the furniture, so will this be furniture just for students?
Yeah, so,
Because, I mean, and the reason I'm asking this, because I get I could be way off, it just seems like this isn't enough furniture for our, like it's a stand-to-sit electric teacher's desk, there's only 6. So is that for teachers, or do they have specific students that might need those, or did all teachers get new desks, or?
so that's a good question, and maybe I should have started with that. So back in the fall, a audit of all the furniture, classroom furniture at the middle and high schools were conducted, and then those were prioritized in terms of the rooms that needed the furniture the most. So we have everything from classrooms with brand new furniture that has just been purchased in the last year to stuff that I don't even know how old it is. I mean, very, very old. And everything in the middle. So we prioritized this. Again, both schools have a finite furniture budget that's based on the recommended amount of money from the steering committee when the bond was approved. They have to stay within that budget. So using that prioritized list, they determined which classrooms were the priority, and so those are the items that are included in this first round of furniture acquisition for the middle school. Teacher desks were a part of that. That included, and one of the things we asked teachers were preferences on whether they want to keep their old desk or upgrade to a new desk. Responses varied, and so it's a little bit of a mix. In that second round or second phase of this, some of those holes might get filled in, but this is the identified classroom furniture for rooms that haven't already received new furniture over the last several years, based on that prioritization furniture audit that was done in the fall.
Perfect. Thank you. Any other questions?
Is this your like Polish alter ego that this particular order is going to be shipped to?
I'm sorry?
Did you see the name on this?
Oh, no.
We're not going to use it anyway, but it amused me. Like your Polish alter ego?
Oh, that's pretty good. Super.
Okay.
Oh,
It's the middle
oh, no
school.
wonder
Middle
why.
school
I
accent
was
is
very
the-
confused.
Yeah, that's the other end. That's
Okay.
the other end.
Yeah, that's one of our ongoing problems is the two Adam S's. Yeah. But, now, Adam Supanowski kind of led this at the middle school, so it's actually a good segue to give him credit for the work that he did on putting all this together.
Okay, if there isn't any other questions, we're gonna move on to the utility tractor.
All right, well, similarly, at the, coming out of the steering committee, there was a fixed amount of bond proceeds set aside for upgrading of maintenance equipment. Brandon has discretion over those funds in terms of where the highest priority items are. A tractor had been identified throughout as a need for the maintenance and custodial department. So in keeping with our normal process, he went out and acquired 3 bids with a recommendation as outlined in the memo in your packet. Otherwise, coming out of the bond account, otherwise pretty straightforward and well within his funding allocation of bond funds to support this.
Is this replacing a existing one or just new?
I think it's just no.
Okay.
And this is the John Deere dealership here in Williamston.
Yes.
Nice, I like that. Any questions about these bids? Okay. The next item in here is our new proposed meeting dates. I think most of these just are kind of following the process that we have here. The January 12th meeting, we did move, otherwise the first one coming back, we come back from break and have a meeting right away, so we postponed it 2 weeks. So if you look this over once you get home and there's questions or concerns, let myself or Adam know. Otherwise, we'll vote on these dates in May 5th. And next, we are going to move into a closed session for attorney-client privilege and contract negotiations. So can I have a motion to please move into closed session?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, so first by Chris, second by Deb. Amanda, will you take us through roll call, please?
Amanda, yes. Chris?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Deborah?
Yes.
Heather?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
And Nancy.
Yes. Okay, we will shut down, move in. Okay. We are back in from our closed session. Amanda, can I have a motion to come out of closed session, please?
Make a motion to come out of closed session?
Second.
So first Chris, second Dave. And Amanda, can you take us through roll call?
Amanda, yes. Chris?
Yes?
Dave?
Yes.
Deborah?
Yes.
Heather?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
And Nancy.
Yes.
That's
Okay, we are out of closed session. Moving over to our approval, can I please have a motion to approve our minutes of our regular meeting?
I make a motion that the Williamston Community Schools Board of Education approve the minutes for the regular meeting held on March 17, 2025 as presented.
Second?
So I have a first by Sarah, second by Chris. Is there any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the next we have a roll call vote. Can I have a motion to approve the salary schedule?
Move that the Williamston Community Schools Board of Education approve the salary schedule for at-will and non-collective bargaining unit employees.
Second. So I have a first Dave, second Heather. This will be a roll call vote. I do want to remind everybody, we are not approving anybody's contract. We are only approving salary schedules. Okay. Will you take us through roll call, please?
Amanda, yes. Chris?
Yes?
Dave?
Yes.
Deborah?
Yes.
Heather?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
And Nancy.
Yes. Okay,
Motion
motion
carries.
carries. All right, we have several separate action items. Can I have a motion for the purchase of our school bus? Yay.
I make a motion that the Williamston Community Schools Board of Education approve the purchase of one school bus from Midwest Transit for $142,482. Monies for this purchase will come from the district sinking fund.
Second.
And who was that?
Deborah.
Okay, first Sarah, second Deb. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Can I have a motion to approve our tenure status of
Make a-
our employees?
Make a motion that the Williamston Community Schools Board of Education approve tenure status for Abigail Black, Erin Shomas, Cassandra Eberhard, Laura Egger, Colleen Ferris, Colleen Feeney, Carrie Kalmar, Bailey Lawrence, Lauren Van Slambrook, and Jordan Williams.
Second.
Who was that? Sarah? So I have a first Chris, second Sarah. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. May I please have a motion to approve probationary change, or our probationary status for our year 3 and year 4 teachers?
I make a motion to approve Samantha Boggs, Shayna Darling, Ryan Spain, Abigail Jean Charles, and Rachel DeBrincat from year 3 to year 4 tenure status.
Second.
Okay, so I have a first Deb, second Dave. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Can I please have a motion for our 2 and 3 year probationary staff?
I make a motion that the Williamston Community Schools approve the change in probationary status from year 2 to year 3 for Chelsea Bolus, Kristen Gillen, Nathaniel Gibson, Sophia McCole, and Catherine Subaru.
Second. Okay, so I have a first Sarah, second Heather. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Can I please have a motion for our probationary year 1 and year 2 staff members?
Make a motion that the Williamston Community Schools Board of Education approve the change in probation status from year 1 to year 2 for Sierra Brown, Paige Bowden, Kylie Densmore, Jenna Ellis, Kimberly Kurth, Allison McCullough, Nicholas Niederquell, and Cody Vroom.
Second.
So I have a first Chris, second Sarah. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. We have our board goals. We have several letters of correspondence. I do want to point out sorry, I need to find it. The Michigan. Where is it?
HHS report?
No, I'm looking at the Michigan Association of Scoreboards award level.
I can talk about the MHSA, MHDHHS one while you're looking for it.
Yes,
The one
no.
with all the
good.
acronyms.
No,
Or
yeah,
the-
that's in there too.
I just want to point out, or say thank you. I think we're sometimes, at least me, I'm openly critical of state agencies when they can't get out of the way of their own bureaucracy and mess things up. But in this case, I want to publicly thank MDHHS for their responsiveness and the seriousness in which they took our request. I mean, I was starting to get a little nervous last spring too. Like, I don't, we researched stuff, we read stuff trying to figure out, I mean, was there something? And I was getting a little nervous too, and they really took it seriously, and they gave us, the end of the summer, I think they gave us kind of their results, and that kind of helped lower the worry level. It did take them, I don't know, 7-8 months to get this letter out for some reason, but I do want to thank them for their support, and we were able to send this out to staff last Friday. I also sent a copy to the city. Thought it might be something that they might want for their records as well.
Good.
Okay, I just needed to turn the sheet over. So, the Michigan Association of School Boards are pleased to acknowledge the accomplishment of 2 of our board members for their achievements in 2024. So, Christopher Lewis has gotten the Level 4 Master Board Member Award, and Deb Wolf has finished her Level 1 Certified Board Member Award. So congratulations to both of you. That is extra work that needs to be done besides everything that you need to do here. So congratulations to both of you and the work that you put in for that.
Congratulations.
The other thing is the Meridian Township Joint Meeting. I think that is April 29th, Tuesday, April 29th at 6 p.m. in the Meridian Township Building. I think again, this is one of those situations that we don't want more than 4 people. So if you are planning on attending, if you could let me go, just let me know so we just know who's going and how many are gonna attend, so we don't have more than 4 go. I don't have anything else on any of them. Bless me. We do not have any citizens in the audience right now, so we do not have citizen comments. The next is board member reports and requests.
So on May 3rd, we have the 42nd Annual Williamston Schools Foundation Golf Outing. Any interested in that? We'd love to get some more teams together, or always looking for sponsorships from local businesses.
What day is that,
May 3rd.
3rd?
Well, hopefully it won't be a lake by then.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
It's underwater now.
Oh, it sure is.
We also got a letter about doing the ice cream social. The ice cream social is May 22nd from 6 to 8. I did not, I got the email from her like the day after our last board meeting, and I told her I would let her know. I haven't responded yet. I wanted to make sure that we would have people there to run the booth. But we could, I mean, we had a really good booth in the beginning and then got, what was it, like the spinny thing, and we,
Yeah. What'd you do last year though, Deb?
The spinning
we
thing.
had the
spinning
spinny
thing.
thing.
I think we should request a different game. That one kept breaking. Parts
I-
kept flying off of it. And we'd stop and put it back together.
try, I absolutely request another one.
Musical chairs, anything.
The kids have a lot of fun. And
They did.
that
The kids
out,
do have fun,
it
it's a
does
great
kind of go quick.
time. I just need to make sure that we have someone there, so
Yeah.
Is it really May 22nd?
May
I'll be there
twenty-second.
anyway because Roland
That's
is
the
gonna be
jazz
there,
band
so.
concert. That's what
Yeah,
I'm at Carver
this,
Park.
we're getting to May, and so
Yeah.
everything is going to be overlapping.
Yeah.
I think I can be there, but I need to check.
To check.
I have to check. So I can reach out to her and see if they still have games left, if we can,
We'll do
I can
we'll
do
put
it.
together a basket. I'll do that.
you can do it. Oh, and we always do a basket too.
Yeah,
Shoot.
I'll do a basket.
Okay, I'll reach out to her and see what they have, but at least we possibly could have some people.
Also, two other things. We are invited to the Young Fives science, the
That's
Day in
right.
Science, which is at the end of this month, so April 25th, which is a Friday, from, I believe it's 11 to 12 at Discovery. Also, Young
I'm sorry, can you
Fives,
say the date of that again?
Friday the 25th. from,
April 25th,
Yes.
right?
And then also with Young Fives, they have their garden party coming up at the end of May. It's the 21st of May, which is a Wednesday at 2 p.m. is their garden party. It's just really fun to go to. And we're only gonna have one meeting right before Staff Appreciation Week. So Adam,
Yes.
do you have the times and stuff that you wanna tell board members, or you'll
Or do you
email
want
us?
to just update?
I'll just send it to you.
Yep, that would be
Okay.
great.
Is it possible, Adam, I mean, for all these dates, just to get calendar requests sent to us for them, and we'll just get them on our calendars?
Yeah, usually
possible?
For the
Betsy,
staff appreciation?
Yeah, I mean, for other things that we're
Betsy
invited
got
to.
it. Betsy's got it.
Yeah.
She usually, this time of year when we get inundated, sends
Yeah.
us stuff. I do encourage all of you, I understand we all have work schedules, life schedules, I get it. I absolutely get it. And sometimes we have to divide and conquer. But if you can attend one of these, it is kind of fun to see our teachers, our kids in action. And it is kind of nice because we do kind of have we have some people at the elementary, some people at the middle school, at the high school, and we can kind of divide and conquer on these. So if you're available, that would be great. It's just fun to see. Anything else? Okay, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
So first Chris, second Deb. Anything else? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?